TV, Paradise TV and MTA with one decoder, all for free. That's not all. For a monthly subscription of $510, you get 60 international channels from your favorite football leagues, news, African movies, telenovelas, cartoons and much more. Get the decoder for $2,040, which comes with free installation, 24/7 customer and technical support all year round, and 1 month free subscription for only $510 thereafter. Get the decoder at XCAF Gambia, located at Hendon Court Building, former Dream Park, Senegambia, or through approved dealers. For more info, call 446-1060 or 446-1061. The world is at your fingertips with the XCAF DTD decoder. Hello Gambia, your television...
Gamtel G-Fiber, now you can enjoy super fast internet in gigabytes. G-Fiber is affordable, stable, secured, and accessible to homes, businesses, and enterprises. With Gamtel G-Fiber, the future is speed. Gamtel, creating a brighter future in communication.
All right.
Honey, did you remind him that the last time he sent the money, it was not enough to buy all the provisions?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell him.
Are you guys talking about money transfer to buy provisions?
Yes.
But don't you know about Baluwo?
Baluwo? What is Baluwo?
Baluwo is a service that your son can use to send provisions directly to you guys from the shop. And you don't have to worry about the exchange rate.
Tell me how Baluwo works.
It's very simple.
Just log on to baluwo.com and shop, or download the app on your phone. You can shop on the website or using the app to buy online basic products for your family and friends. With Baluwo, you decide what your money is spent on. Your money, your choice. Buy online products for your family and friends in the Gambia, Senegal, Nigeria or Mali. Baluwo, better than sending money.
Are you thinking of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3 or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices with flexible payment plans at our Sanyang Seaview Estate, where you can enjoy the cool breeze with modern infrastructure such as tar roads, covered drainage system, modern electrification with street lights, gated entrance with security posts, and social amenities such as gas station, shopping mall, medical clinic, park, schools, children daycare, and a lot more. Our dedicated team of professionals will keep the estate clean at all times, provide security and patrol team within the estate premises, install latest technologies such as CCTV, Wi-Fi, home network installation, solar panel, and power backup system. Also, check out for our additional home facilities and interior design service such as premium tiling, wall plaster, home landscape, fingerprint home lock, and a lot more. Visit our office at Senegambia Kololi Highway and get a free site visit tour, or contact us on 4464-838. WhatsApp us on 3259220.
To continue, if so, please proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. We are ready to proceed with the next witness.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Saidykhan.
Afternoon.
I hope that you had a relaxing break and you got to recuperate a little bit.
Yes.
During the last session, you told us a little bit about your own unique experiences working at the State House. As convoy driver, motorbike escort, as well as MTO, which is the motor transport officer.
Kabribe convoy motoborindo la wato me ibe escort rider la kata hanfo wato me inata ke motor transport nyaton ko wala men marta motol kunyala je.
You had the opportunity to work directly on the Yaya Jammeh, and you were able to tell us what that was like.
Silo soto kadu ko ke Yaya Jammeh fongo bala akoto bitu odo ko be nyamen ila londo yemen je yo fanan fo nyenne.
Yes.
We concluded the last session when you started telling us about the speed at which the convoy would usually travel and actually how Yaya Jammeh directed that process personally.
Na kachala banta damin janingata dahala wala convoy nim boro men kata speed men katala ko bitu fomu kultime alonko Yaya Jammeh fomu bulo ba kono le convoy ning speed men kata.
You would tell us that yes, if he was unsatisfied about the speed of the convoy, he would say, move out, move out. What did that mean, move out?
Because nebe borola wanya misali kama convoy ni boro membita kan speed ni amanyabo. Asa for move out, move out, move out. O koto ala akawo for mune kama.
Wale ye lab sikola fa nandere be kata 100 later on 20 or ye lafa above 100.
That is to say that they should increase their speed. If they were running at 100 kilometers per hour, they would make it 120 or even more.
The convoy was traveling at top speed on the roads.
Amunta convoy nindal anim burbale kata borome yalonko wala sembo warta.
Bakede, babakede.
Very, very well.
Can you tell us what the views of the drivers were who were driving this vehicle at such top speed?
Ako driver menu dun katara wori boribala convoy nyinkono. Wulu ila jero nata ke muneti wo boriba fasogol la karola.
Ndefo nkatara jele de janimbe kala MTO nkatara convoy driving yala ko kan nkatara sila nim fanyela dom because wodo kan alaman tangala nim koku kera dron ite fan control no la kan ite modo control no la nim fen kundure nyaado o ye mo hit ite modo control no la because nkatara very top speed.
I was there amongst them before I went to MTO. We were always scared of ourselves because at that speed, whatever crosses your way, you cannot control the vehicle. Or if you hit something, you cannot control your vehicle.
And can you tell us what difficulties that presented?
Did
it cause any accidents?
Yes, it caused accidents a lot.
And before we go into the particular accidents that it caused, can you tell us any other reasons why accidents were caused during the convoy?
Janimbe dun accident lu fonglu kono fo sa fo no nyenne dalilu lu meme ya sabu wo accident lu do soto nda convoy la karola.
Overspeeding katara jele.
One of the reasons is overspeeding.
And
also when he throws out biscuits and t-shirts, that also used to be the cause of the accidents.
Who are you referring to?
Yaya Jammeh.
What other instances?
Yes, there was also a stampede in one of his stores.
And can you tell us more about these particular accidents? How frequent would you say they were?
Accident lu kaketeng kabula nyono manyame akak abuka fama bang fo watilem akake.
Kombola any movement dala la movement jama ba exam kasoro jela.
In most of the movements of the convoys, there are usually accidents.
Is that normal? Did that happen in the previous government, for example?
Ako fo mukolu Kenya leti mansakunda folo membe jenu jangate na fo fanan wala watu wala convoy kawnyo accident soto lebang.
Jawara ngawta say that 4 years mbiwdo dal or 5 years but namna accident moje.
I witnessed that of Jawara. I was there for 4 to 5 years, but I never saw such accident.
And in present government fana mbiw fana kombo kono about 3 years. Panan lunkile namna any accident And also the present government. I am in the convoy for almost 3 years, but I have never seen any accident.
Because president anamunan diam combo la movement dal. Overspeeding anamna more advice overspeeding. Normal speed don't kata wala.
And the current president does not interfere or tell people anything about the convoy. And he does not even encourage anyone for overspeeding. So we usually drive at the normal speed.
Can you tell us what the reason was behind this overspeeding during Jammeh's convoys?
For isa fono nyele mune dun ka overspeeding wo buri balan na tambri musabu convoy na karola brin Jammeh be mansala.
Who fulalam dal?
There were two issues.
Doing a casile for time yesi. Carodoro Dolka combo le combo catalon like 3 hours or 4 hours. Combo be stand by the Babadka.
Sometimes he will wait until it's close to his time, then he will start moving. Sometimes we'll arrange the convoy for between 3 and 4 hours, and it will be there standing waiting.
When he was ready to move out, basically he would be running late for an event, and therefore you would have to hurry up and get there.
Amunda wala mnyindi tumudu lunate pareta purkata anyanda tala kumeno katarle watu silang adeteta alafta tarde la purkata okoto fananka sabule puru buriba.
Yes, that was one of the reasons.
That at time kasi already.
Because the time would already have reached.
Would you say that the ex-president was concerned about the safety of convoy members as well as his own safety and the safety of road users?
For isingin fono le kowoto atadun ke mira convoy kono molu la tankola le bang wala atafango la tankada wala molu no kote molu menu katara silo kan fono la tankada fatu ke mira wala
abuke mira wala da kado exam kita wada kabaka la dal ni speed men kata fangalo no speed min dal sado ko no manya na kalaje os kabo wesul kata futabo ko convoy ka bolo men ke namna lo yitra silo la saito convoy ni tambila dal na tambila la kete fon segle dal so that means speed mean afon ka kala mudala ko speed be kere na kaj.
Well, the overspeeding happens because let's say for example between Westfield to Tabokoto on that way, when the convoy passes you, everybody will know that they are going at top speed and he's aware of it, he knows. So even if the convoy passes anybody on the roadside, that person will feel the speed that the convoy is going with.
Just taking that as an example, that particular road is a very narrow road, in my opinion. I mean, what were the safety concerns going on such high speed on such roads? Ako silo fongo yemen damen foten silo amo fanu bake. Yo so sila muna kakede wundati ni membe bori kan wo sila fasongo kan wo nyom bori bala na tambiri wala.
Wala ka accident jama cause dal.
That was the cause of many of the accidents.
And can you tell us, giving examples, how some of these accidents were caused, some of the victims who were involved?
So do fanye je itela jero to accident lu kake nyamen anin accident aka kemen la silo kan wonya ila accident in Kenya for ise fem fono nyotole.
Ngamen witness the woman ke okay other places nyolem but Tabokoto to Lamin nyolu ngomwe but wato mantara system okono dal.
Those that I witnessed happen in other places, but between Tabokoto going towards Lamin, those ones I got to hear them.
As buffer zone, the same thing. Akeda buffer zone of another. Ning overspeeding ning more below silo karatandangala o mantaraje, but yola fonya ning kata towards Lamin. Azaming fanakda Lamin, ofanakeda the same thing itidal.
The buffer zone, there was an accident. People were standing at the side of the roads, and the accident was caused by overspeeding. And also in Lamin, where another incident took place.
And apart from the overspeeding, if people were standing by the side of the road rather than on the road, would you not say that it was caused because the convoy was also moving off the road?
Ako ning burilan na tambiru men ka kete ka accident sabu. Ako fo mo waira katarle molu belori sila jenjamo le kang. Imantara silo kan oto musafo no ko mutolu nyul fonga munta ikaborle fo silo bula e sila jenje ma molu la lodulato mutolu ka mol dol tara wo lodulale to mem mantara mem manke beddo fonga kante
lamenta costa wala nyama ngam ye fonyo wala nyama abu buvazon wo ngama ya tebe obe cross kane ballamenta nyindal o I am a site la building silo la kandong.
The incident in Lamin was caused by that. The
the accident was caused as a result of somebody being knocked at the side of the road. But the one at the Bovas one, I was told that someone was crossing the highway.
So the convoy was not actually following traffic rules and regulations?
Amunda convoy yoro mosa follow ko imantara traffico la sarto ni lualu nokan.
Ani imantara nokan.
No, they were not following those.
Rather, they were under the directions of the ex-president Yaya Jammeh.
Amunda Yaya Jammeh member president yala utumo ate lafta yatanya mindrong ate kawole kamfoye katawole la.
Lafta speed mindrong convoy katawole.
Yes, the speed that he wants is what the convoy goes on.
Tell us the circumstances surrounding the throwing out of biscuits and T-shirts by the ex-president Jammeh. How did that happen and how did it cause accidents?
Sai nabe biskito ni T-shirt lu faila accident lu mun kata wo wiche lu kono afonye wo mun ka sabani accident lu nyil ka ke nyaadi le utumo akatara wo biskito ni T-shirt lu faila
akata la lori na be failan so na mem fay don mol ka clean wala kan so ni kidna na motol mem be ko ma don den wol sisele dol kan.
He used to stand up and be throwing them, and then people would be scrambling for them. And as they come scrambling for them, the vehicles that are behind would knock them.
So what you're saying is that he was doing this whilst the convoy was actually moving?
Amunda ikanyele foko akatara wo biskito ni T-shirt lu fay kanne inimboro bita kan satara convoy be borikan
convoy katara borikan na
yes, the convoy will be moving and he'll be throwing.
And what was the reaction of the public to the throwing of the biscuits and the T-shirts?
Sai jamaa mo fon la jero nata ke muneti tela miroto na be biskito no T-shirt lu fay ka wonya silabal wala
I think they used to want the biscuits and the T-shirts. That was why when they threw them, they used to scramble for them.
Yeah, so that's the right word you used, which was scramble. So people basically would scramble over the biscuits and T-shirts and come towards the vehicles which were included in the convoy.
Amunta ko ya fute nyame wala molka ke nyosa bangoleti purka o biskito no T-shirt lu soto so amunta ake fay nyame wo nyosa bango wala ka sabu molka kidinan kana wolu tombong so katara motol membe ko makaka ibakan nan wala ka sabu motoka dol take.
Yes.
Are you able to estimate how many accidents happened during these times?
For isa yiri kanole itela miro to ela londo to ni accident lu jelle keta wo wuce lu kono.
Convoy exam and in biscuito namon 20 Seattle Seattle dal mon figo ni number around 20 or Seattle dal.
The convoy accidents and the incidents with the biscuit throwing would be up to 20 incidents if I have not forgotten.
And what type of person would you say was more vulnerable to these kind of accidents? Were they adults or children, for example?
Ako mo sa fono men katara accident lu kono mo fason duma lom akake ke bala mo leti bang fo jama akake dindingol leti
e bele be jedal ke wal katara jele big ke wal kake big tentile dindingol belam da.
Both categories, they were adults and they were children. All of them were victims.
And they were all scrambling for these biscuits and the T-shirts.
Yes, after the T-shirts.
So what would happen when there's an accident typically? What would be the procedure?
Accident
in accident sometimes ambulance when normally when ambulance driving normally doctor ambulance when plus the driver.
When there is an accident, usually we had an ambulance following us, and it is always the driver who stops, and the doctor who is in the ambulance would attend to the victim.
So what about the convoy? What would happen to the convoy?
So convoy do ni convoy do mulka kenyadile.
Convoy bugalo de communication kakele dal there is accidents.
The convoy never stops, although a communication takes place that there was an accident.
So the president would know that someone had been hit and perhaps even dead, but they would not stop. They would just continue with their mission.
Woto akakele ko president ko kalon ko accident ketale bari nyanding ibukallo itele katentenne bari asalon ko moto mo takile.
Na time obeje fombo da jere namnan accident we dan katara kombo kono on katara state house namuna je dal kombo mo hit o mo fata
atelo instant convoy belo no.
During my time in the convoy and when I was at the State House, I have never seen any instance where a convoy hit someone and the convoy stopped or he stopped there immediately.
And considering the speed at which these convoys are going, what were the nature of injuries to victims? Were they mostly fatal accidents or very serious injuries?
So mosa fono accident kake menule ila baramul kake nyadile katu we nyim burba façon men kata accident lu ni keta aktumodo dolu ka fale bang fodu amunda kake doli barama jawol tidro
namenu karamada de namna moje men baluta jeda
the ones that I am aware of
madong instant death.
I have never seen anyone that survived it because when you are hit it's instant death.
And that is because of the speed, is that correct?
Ando amunta borome inabita kangole ka usabu fonte.
Ha borola mkai.
Yes, it's the speed.
And what about the kind of vehicles that convoy drivers usually drive?
Woto sa in convoy kono mumoto fason le katala je menu katala convoy kono ja.
We are on buffalo soto jele pickups and ngatala nyim VIP model is a V8 signal wale katala de
we had the buffaloes, pickups and the V8s.
So these are heavy-duty vehicles that would basically crush human beings.
Daniel mumoto sembe ma moto kulingol leti meni alon ko ka moluma.
Bakede was moto accident flow ni o costa la bulletproof moto la kany o moto kulimbalde o ben bulletproof lete.
Very well, because 2 accidents were caused by the bulletproof vehicle, which is a heavy-duty vehicle.
And we will come to that and you'll explain. But apart from the fatalities and the injuries to human beings, what about damage to property? Were there any instances of such?
Akombe mulo na wotole bari bitu nini accident loketa molu la bara molu kola ani molu la saya na fulolu molu la fengulu fo wol fanal kasoro le men katinya bang
nga do kalamuda den da kombo nyim ani one taxi driver la collapse tanu wala taxi le tinyata dal.
I am aware of one in convoy here. There was a collision with one taxi driver which led to the destruction of that vehicle.
And what would normally happen? What would the authorities do in terms of rectifying that mistake? Would they perhaps compensate the driver?
Akosa indu nyaton ko le kana muneke misal kama nonyo asila loketa foi kana wo drive fo nyum buluma sayla ba menna na fulo kasarata fulun munekake.
Until that time, killing kita Lamin, na advance bita airport, one taxi drive for the man.
But during that time, there was one incident in Lamin. Our advance party was going to the airport and they hit one taxi.
Not compensated, not a taxi in Jole.
But that individual was later compensated. His vehicle was paid.
And can you give us the name of the individual who was compensated as well as the convoy driver who was involved?
For singing for nyene ye menna moto takinyo nya o taxi driver for sa to lo ya to fo nyeng ani convoy nyin kono moto me ya take driver jimala mu driver jimala be moto burendi kan
nyina da mano nyin tolalde na driver nyin fana dal ntari memba no la dal but remember that.
I forgot the driver's name as well as our own driver, but I can recall the scene.
Was the driver whose victim was damaged a civilian or military personnel?
Driver ni menna moto tinyata civilian lomba fo sojarolem.
Nana be sojara bara ngawa retired.
He was once a soldier, but I think he retired and he was having a taxi.
And you are aware that the authorities compensated him for his damages?
And we not able to ko nyaton ko ya buluma sayele ka jo alawo moto la tinya kama.
Men tinya da jonde fon diam ta commande for the amount of 30,000 for jail but not a deal so I think
the damage I was the one that personally spoke to the commander and I think we gave him about 10,000 for the repairs.
Was that adequate or it was just a token?
Amunda okolo ay siro ke le purka la moto da ba fodu ya didi la le tenro.
Ati fo ko nani amount so kan yobe beta la fela ba.
He was the one that said that if he got that amount that would be good for him.
What about other accidents that happened and perhaps other civilian drivers whose vehicles were damaged on the highway? Was this procedure applied to them?
Ako sila driver kotangulu menu civilian motobori nilalti siloka meni alonko nyinyo accident façon ketela fodu ateo ko kilimu nya ma yol fanal bu ma sayla bang.
A second one, okay, that's Senegambia janitor, and then convoy motoring driver dole in taxi flight collapsed.
The second incident was in Senegambia. One of our drivers collided with two taxis.
Who was the driver?
Usainu Jame.
Usainu Jame.
Military or civilian?
It's a military.
It's military.
Tell us what happened.
So driver in a course in Samba court.
The driver took the matter to court.
Another later someone boni adiala.
They wrote a letter and handed it to the boy.
So another I
he came and showed it to me.
So I nobody is abogilo.
He said that he was not going, but I told him that no one was above the law and that he was going.
So another court started.
And then the court started.
So Janning court yende dismissed.
But before the proceedings ended, I was dismissed.
So you don't know how that ended?
No. Honey.
No.
So that's an instance of a matter going to court. But what about instances where the matters didn't go to court? Did the authorities compensate civilian drivers whose vehicles were damaged on the road? Do you know of any instances?
Mototulu ka civilian olete fesi bo akala manabang mo sitaro ko se membulu masai fodum si bo akala ma akulu na tala nyami
mbota nyim fulo kalamare. These were the two incidents that I was aware of.
And as MTO, you would be aware if the State House or the government compensated members of the public in this regard.
Amunta nibe MTO to tembo nini yonketa State Guards wala ni State House yo mari ni atara ye bulu masai ite be bula kala male bang.
If it happened, I would have been aware, but it never happened.
Okay, very well. So it never happened.
No.
Yeah, amunke.
No.
Yeah.
What about the victims who died or had serious injuries? What did the authorities do for them? Or perhaps personally, Jame, what would he do for these victims?
Say mantoro boita menu kang meni alonko itatao accident lukono ya mantora jawulu strategy wala menu fata wala menu baramata nyaton kono kamuneke wala kuoto wala atayaja mefo akakuka tamandile wala kuoto bang.
Nam amoide because nabe kala nanta delegation of the Senna ibandele kola ka fanye motocar provide so accident car kita jana left delegation of Senna jele priority but namuno delegation of Kalamuta State House hanna kita ma Kalamuta dal.
I was never aware because if it had happened, if a delegation was to go, I would be aware to say that, that a particular vehicle was destroyed in so and so place and the delegation was to go there. So I was not aware, even if it had happened.
I am relating this to victims and not vehicles that were damaged, actual victims who had died or were injured.
Amunda ko yin abe menu mole menu fata ani menu baramata. So for kunene kita wuli yenne ke law baramo ni wakang aning menu fata ibading lu fo kunene kita wuli yenne ka kuke.
Anka wala fote nga wala to jabi tendal.
That is what I'm saying. That was the response I gave.
Thank you very much. And apart from members of the public, civilians who were injured in these accidents, what about the convoy drivers themselves? Were there any fatalities?
Ako sai civilian only mo kotol ko la meni alonko ikamantoro soto ni accident façon sai convoy la moto burindi la convoy driver ni fondu fo wol fanalo mo soto te ko le men ka o mantoro soto wala baramo
ha o mantara no jela bod bo ni ngalo ne kan incident to fa lose control le be bol nan kalilai.
I was in there, but I know the boy, he lost control as they were coming from Kanilai.
Wala moto ni boy da so what fata instant.
Their vehicle fell off, somersaulted, and he died instantly.
And who is this?
Fodelam is a civilian driver. President Jamila Reserve motor Burundi, one of the reserve motor Burundi.
He was Fode, a civilian driver who drove one of the Jame's reserved vehicles.
And do you know what was the reason why he lost control of the vehicle and it somersaulted and he died?
Fo isalo no le bam dalila mu jumale ya sabu abe moto men Burundi kawonya fo moto nata boy ate fe fata je.
Overspeeding motor overspeeding because normal speed wala kan motor de boy no la.
Because if you were driving on a normal speed, the vehicle will not somersault.
So some of these drivers couldn't even handle the speed at which the convoy was moving.
Amunta nyindra ifolu dolu fongolu amunta ibuka marano boro sembola ni nyomboro bekekan convoy la karola.
Last time.
This is what I said.
Anything that I take motor control.
This is what I said earlier on. At the speed at which we were running, if anything happened, you wouldn't be able to control it.
So you were in personal risk of your safety and lives as drivers of the convoy.
Amunta convoy kono niba moto borindo laje ite mari niu anite fango kungola tankada ikatara silarinde wate kokundi nsikeno ilale convoy nyinkolo.
Andolo kan nis wulta kan fojanni be futala kan yo. Nkatara wala nyamado ni futara safely do si ala tenduda.
For us, we are always in that state from our take it up until we reach our destination, and when we reach there safely, we give thanks to God.
And you wouldn't have a choice to slow down, would you, whilst you're on the convoy?
So silandu nibe convoy kono amunta nite lafta prokela borotala ite hanyila ite anola katu albinum alnumboro mbita kan amunta ate albebori kanyam ron falbe tawonya.
Wakan wala beje dal it is convoy finola koma because of speed tala with convoy.
That was the way things were. You couldn't stay behind and leave the convoy. If you did that, you'll have a problem.
And we know that the Kombo-Kanilai road was a frequent passage for the convoy, for the presidential convoy. Can you tell us the amount of accidents that happened on that road?
No, long Kombo Kanilai tema silo kai. Famo buka kawoto wate. First hakilo samuta accident lumino kita silo kan first uldul fonya no bang.
This was the only accident that I can recall. The one where this man's vehicle somersaulted. There could have been others which I wasn't aware of.
Can you tell us the other examples that you have of accidents that either you witnessed personally as a convoy driver or you were informed as motor transport officer?
First accident dolu fana lu fonyon nitolu yelne menu keta misali kama brite fana be moto borindo la convoy nyin kono anin fana wato me be MT o yala ni accident lu menu keta kana menu kibaro foye ul fana dolu fonya bang.
Na dolu kala mutaje.
Yes, I was aware of some.
First incident, Lamin Silla menke just bijilo jam mbe convoy kono oto kan.
The first incident involving Lamin Silla was here in Bijilo. I was a part of that convoy.
Who was Lamin Silla?
Malum Lamin Silla ti.
I've been driver ma be in the state house.
He was a driver in the state house.
Military.
A military driver, and he was my subordinate.
So what happened?
So atela kuoto mune keta nyadile.
Atele be sweeping na. So mfutara bijilo mafa moto do bodana sata okono abesele kam ma selta mano kon drong so ani atika benda fat so moto flow benda.
He was a sweeper. So when we got to Bijilo, a vehicle came from the town and they had a collision.
And what happened to the person in the vehicle?
Bilo natake umari la member moto do kono.
Our father instant data faraje.
That individual died instantly.
White lady, white man
was a European.
Did anything happen to Lamin Silla?
Lamin Silla dum foko kata fana nalaba.
Honey.
No.
And why was that?
O dum muna yo sabu kuman katila udo fata.
Anyway, ade kuman katila de. But I ngamere mumbaje because at lanyi mo nyum American Ford or Ford bale be atebu. So nyum dum moton dungolam dal.
Well, he did not die, but what I can recall is that he had this American Ford, and this other individual was having a smaller car.
And do you know what happened to this individual? I mean, what did you do as a convoy? Did you offer him any assistance?
Akonye modo membe motodo kono ya memfata fodu convoy ni ya makordi ya mari la banyado nyama.
Ntabe Lamin Silla la moto no mare bring ati o keda dongo to la moto off the road sonte tambita ndebe lead ngat la persono tankata but ko mo malo men hapunde je but communication o keda la kan any president fon tambita la ya jame afon tambita la sin min to je fon so bita kam but ko mo men hapunda ko mo mawolonde.
I was right behind Lamin vehicle. So when this collision happened, his vehicle swerved off the road. So I came and passed, and I now led. In fact, Yajame passed the scene, and they saw it, because there would have been communication to that effect.
Would you happen to know what happened to the white man in the end?
So for na tabo kalamale muleketa motodo momen bako no tubabo nying.
Hani malala budina ta kenyamenda mo.
I don't know what became of that dead white lady's scalps.
Was it a white man or a white lady?
No, it's a man.
Kelom fokuso.
Olam, keola.
But tubabo lem for.
Mo keolam de.
Okay.
It was a white person.
And you don't know what efforts the authorities made to compensate the family of the white man or repair any damage that was done to his car?
And say imanna long fo makor dita marila molla le bang fo kuke akoto le bang wala fo fere kele pour kala moto nyinde da wala ka moto nyinjo imam maduro kala.
No, I was not aware of that.
You told us previously that usually the procedure is that the ambulance will stop and offer assistance.
Even for you commando ko nini nyong accident oketa ambulance men kata convoy no kan wol kalo jele pour ka makor rodi amarila.
Does it happen in every instance an accident happens?
Odun akakele accident to ambulance yin kalo le accident lu beto bang.
Hani abukalo accident lu beto.
No, not only in every accident.
So what would happen to victims who are dead or injured on the road when the ambulance doesn't stop for them?
Sila muna ka kewo mariulula meni alon ko kataraw accident ko ni fata wala ni baramata adu ambulance o man na loje pour que makoy muna ka kewo la.
Amira mol men katara surrounding o motol men katara jema mol wala ka assistant di dal.
I think it's the people who are around or the vehicles who are around who usually will render assistance to such victims.
So basically they would just be left to their fate.
Amunda ikawulu tutu la jele drum memmen ketela itelu katente netro.
Yes, the convoy moves on.
Can you tell us, I mean, what you felt about these convoy drivers, about the fact that victims would be left by the roadside?
Sai je nyari le se mun fono woto nini nyong accident keta kamolu ke mari wulu tutu la je wonya convoy nyi tambi ke tutu la je wonya yo je nyari le.
Ron combo sinomano commanda katara je le convoy commanda fana katara je. Will be like officers all day, but until later.
So the commander was always there, and the convoy commander was also there, and they were high-ranking officers.
So you just had to follow instructions to go on with the convoy.
Exactly.
Munta atraka bula bula la kaule no na convoy tenteng.
Ni only men order men pass the wala katang, but wala buga any order pass car for stop or take care of the victim tending things. So any more for that meeting. Therefore, I stop no defanya.
Yes, that is it. And whatever orders they gave, that was what was followed. And if they did not give the order for the convoy to be stopped, the convoy would not stop.
And what was the attitude of the former President Yahya Jammeh to these accidents?
What was saying at a memu president to at a commune kuta mandi wuluto accident lu mene yalonko ikakete convoy la woboro lukono.
Kebe kalamudalde any accident keda combo kono drong akeda dong instant drong. He
was usually aware of all the incidents. Whatever accident takes place, he knows instantly.
Did he show any remorse?
Namna la comment moyo ola de ka comment radio o tenin tenkan.
I never had any comment of his to that effect, either on radio or anywhere else.
Working with him closely, do you know if actually he cared about these victims?
Munta atel men na katata nyolal na be do ko ke kan fodum aka hakilo to nyim molu to le bang nyim mantora façon boyta menu kan ala miraroto pour ka bala fayta ndila koto.
Namna mo ya address de.
I never heard him
address wala dal o ka commander address wala commander ya filter duma namna mo dal. So just example kasiara saying al speed limit yake then I advised it to cross the border.
I never heard him say such a thing or even to address that kind of thing to the commander so that the information will filter through to say that since the accidents are now becoming frequent, lower down your speed. I've never heard him say such a thing.
So he didn't do anything to show concern or respect for these victims.
Abunda woto sila wala mindi ko ane namon few fenke wala kafo men se ate franna ni kuya itandi wala ala suno itandi molu la karola men yalon ko accident keta wala la karola mantoro late kan.
Honey, no. I'm not kidding.
No, and even if it happened, I am not aware.
And as you said, the overspeeding continued.
Ya fote nyamendung wo buri ba continue tala wala nyama bang.
Overspeeding follow me na buraja woka nyobe continue kana.
Overspeeding continued until when he left this place.
And he continued also to throw biscuits and t-shirts without regard to human life.
Andu nga continue ka biskito ni t-shirt lu fay wala nyama bang abuke mira hadama dingulu ni wala.
Lastly, biscuito not a stop, or not a stop, and visit fire not a stop.
Lastly, the throwing of the biscuits stopped.
How long did it take for it to stop?
I wati jeleta janina be bulala menkara biscuit fire and t-shirt.
I metal the mom made a metal can biscuito la stop on you. As one day in Kolipanga Troko Samba, then biscuit supermarket or biscuito tadamento.
One day I was called to take a truck to the supermarket where we used to take our supplies of biscuits from.
No, not driver for a truck or somebody. No.
It was my driver who took the truck.
So Mano not have stop me, areas me is too much at any biscuit dinner like for the areas Jodal. So therefore in call you okay munang. So
so the man at the supermarket said that the areas that is owed is too much and therefore he could not continue to supply more biscuits. So my driver called me from there and I told him to get back to base.
Are you saying that that's the reason he stopped throwing the biscuits?
Well, I do not know if that was the reason why.
And usually the throwing of the biscuits, would it be just done normally in any convoy, or were there particular events that he would attend? For example, during his tours, or were there those particular events that he would go to that he would do this?
Biscuit fire. Amunda la silao nabe tamal nabe fintela wa kake bang fodum watu le kasoto nabe tala tamol la wala bengul la dinkral to la makanyim biscuit fayolu ke nabe fintela wonya fo aka sila juma nyoleto
nabe da most likely nabe da tola kan aning other events nyola manke coming every time there.
It's not every time, but mostly it's when we goes on tours or on other events.
Kindly tell us what other examples you have. You've already told us about the Bijilo accident involving the white man. What other accident did you witness?
Sa ila jero to ete accident juma nyol se de ye Bijilo ta nyim fo nyenne mo ko tarta accident men kono fo dol fanan sulon tele bang yemen mi jawla bota men kalam
ha ni dolu mambo kalam wadon katara me MTO ala le ni kaw fanya bot ni force one from the combo but the rest bukatara combo kono kay inform wala.
The others, I was not there. I was at the MTO. They used to tell me, but the first one, I was there. I was in the convoy.
Give us these examples. And
one happened at Kachume.
Please go on.
I involved soldier in Kafa Suleiman Jata.
Involved in one of our soldiers called Suleiman Jata.
Doing Oketa Lamin, Denton Bridge.
The other one
at Denton Bridge.
Two happened at Denton Bridge.
Before we move on to Denton Bridge, can you tell us who Lamin Jata was and who his victim was?
Denton Bridge. Afonye njumalo Lamin Jata te andu atani njumale accident ke
Suleiman Jata.
Suleiman Jata.
Suleiman Jata.
Suleiman Jata atani njumale accident ke.
Hi, sungud numole hit. Of father.
He hit a girl who died.
And who was he, Lamin Jata? What position did he occupy?
Ate Lamin Jata jumalo matete andinga be palace jumal tunu.
Suleiman Jata.
Suleiman Jata, sorry.
Driver ma benna driving section.
He was a driver, a soldier in our driving session.
Do you remember what position he was in the convoy when the accident occurred?
No, I do not know the position of his vehicle because I wasn't there.
What about, did you hear the circumstances surrounding the accident and how it happened? And why it happened?
Foisa along accident ni aketano nyadi le damento aning munan na accident ni natake.
Biscuito file okay, biscuito la faida.
Yes, there was the throwing of biscuits.
And it was during this process that the child was hit.
Amunda biscuit ka fayo wiche okonole inatanyin dindu mutake.
Okay, ha.
Yes.
Are you saying that the child was attracted to the throwing of biscuits and went on the highway, or was she not on the highway?
Amunta nyina fokanko nyim biscuit fayo dindu lefta biscuito le la wala akende anata purka biscuito no manu fo aselta silo kan wala besla jenjum la kan yatake wato me.
No, I wasn't there, so I do not know how the scenario was like.
Did the child survive?
She died.
Do you know what happened to her family? Were they informed?
Ala lula lu badulu fo yalo ne mun nata ke fe bondi ku kala mala bang.
Hani woro fana mang fellow woro fana de.
I do not also have any information on that aspect.
And would you normally have that information if things had gone according to plan?
For the new misali kama inata kutamandi akoni ntoni accident nyin kola fo ibaki baro soton no le bang.
Askeno nim delegation obotata ya o commander etata kan maybe askeno on tek bula o kala madal.
It could have been if a delegation was gone there from him or from the commander. It could have been that I would be aware of it.
So the fact that you're not aware of it means that no delegation was sent. Is that what you're saying?
Mosafo no ko itamanna bo femfen kala ma akonyin ko oto mosafo ko aman delegation kiji.
Askeno delegation ta because dodo sifa ka imamu le delegate.
It could be that a delegation went, but in instances like this, he used to make use of the imams, the mosque committee.
Maybe it had askeno ita, but mang idea sort of.
Maybe they had gone, but I don't have any idea.
You don't know?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You started explaining about the incident on Denton Bridge. Can you tell us?
At Denton Bridge, salo nyinto of menketa auto fanan ya follow le purka afanyeng atente auto fanamba.
Sorry, Saro lam Denton Bridge, Saro.
Sa wolem Saro Denton Bridge ngame re bolema.
Saro ha.
La, wolem.
Chorna Omuna civilian driver.
Chorna was our civilian driver.
What's his full name?
To mume obedu.
Chorna Jallo, I think Chorna Jallo.
I think Chorna Jallo.
His nickname Kavai Papa K.
His nickname is Papa K.
Continue, please.
When I more hit no bridge or an instant death.
He also hit somebody at the bridge who died instantly.
How did it happen?
Often a month ago, what I tell you reserve calling bulletproof me, I take all the bodies or bulletproof me, I more hit you all that.
I was not there, but it was in the reserve vehicle, which was a bulletproof, which was the one that hit that individual.
And how was the person hit? Was he standing on the side of the road or crossing the road, as far as you know?
Itela londo to accident yin kita nyadi la mari be sila jenje le kang wala lafta silo le kundula moto ya taki fo
e kabe cross kana kabo saro la oda jet karadi jet dodo.
They said that the individual was crossing from one side of Saro to the other, from the gate to the other side.
So it was again a case of the driver not being able to stop in time to avoid the collision.
Amunda kotake driver nya nimboro membita kang amang silo sotono purka lo puro ni mari sitambi.
Yes.
Do you know who this victim was?
Ina talo ni I menta kitemo mari mujumaleti.
For Mendy or Gomez, something like that.
It's either Mendy or Gomez. I'm not too sure.
And do you know what happened to him afterwards?
No, I
did not know what happened subsequently.
You don't know whether he was picked up by the ambulance or not?
Honey, because Mantra convoy,
No, because I was not a part of that convoy. I wasn't there.
Yes. As MTO, I know that you're not part of the convoy, but you would normally receive messages from your drivers and also through the transmitter radio. That's why I'm asking.
Ni ajembe ni karola ngalon ko MTO ti wato me bukata convoy ko no bar tumodo lu fo drive lu ane ni be kibaro lu dila wonya la chokinyolo la karola communication nyinto fo si kibaro sotono akonyinto wala nambe ni karola.
Ania convoy do neka communication osoto ni mantra convoy ko ne buka communication of quand for buka londal.
No, the communication was only for those that are within the convoy, and if you were not a part of them, you did not get to hear what was being communicated.
But as MTO, you would get information about the convoy.
Ako bari libe MTO yala tumodo leka kibaro soto la convoy ila kulu lanya nin kulu menketa nin convoy besiloka.
Some of these accidents need not drum from the mission accident car sototale.
That is why some of these accidents, when they return back from the missions, they used to tell me that so and so accidents happened on this day.
So yeah, so you are aware of the accidents that happened, and I believe in some instances, in fact, you visited the scene of the accident, which we will come to later.
Ako ha wala nambe ni karola karo accident ni na ya fe kabwa kala male andum akata ko tumudo lu accident lu fon lu tumudo le te fon tata le dinkira nyinto ka je ifaye accident yin kata dinkira lu mendo bari mbina futa la woto le nyato.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that a yes or no?
Yes, I visited one scene.
Yes, I visited the scene of one accident.
We will come to that later, but before we do, was that the only accident at Denton Bridge? Were there any other accidents there?
Ako fo bitu mbina woto le nyato bari accident men kata Denton Bridge wodam man ne kata Denton Bridge sa roje bang fo accident do fanan kata leji.
Accident do fanan kata le wo kan mustafon be combo kono wasiloda.
Yes, there was one other accident and I was a part of the convoy.
Tell us about it.
Yo, sa wo Kenya fanan fonya bang.
Mano nyinga be ngamra beta pick up le babula faka cross towards ferry bang bakaso le bala pick up kono.
The man had a pickup truck. He had some luggages there, and he was, I think, heading towards the Barra end.
So immediately after the Saro drong, a lot of side in there, but bakaso ni Saidykhan ala moto koma je drong. So convoy moto ni atrawata ni moto ni naj.
After the bridge, he parked and he was trying to arrange his luggage behind and tie it properly, and that was when the convoy found him there and knocked him.
I just want to get this straight. He was parked off the road, right?
Off the road.
Amunta Maria silo bulale alota sila jenjango kan.
Yes,
abe moto ko mama fola ba la fengulu Saidykhan moto ya tarajele.
Moto ya tarawal.
Yes, that was where the vehicle found him. He was parked off the road.
And basically what happened was that the vehicle from the convoy collided into him, basically crushing him in between the convoy vehicle and his own vehicle.
Munda sayin ate jita la moto konole anata la moto ko mama fongola abala fengulu Saidykhan boto convoy moto fanan yate tara lori yate tara woleto ayate taki ayana la moto nakinyola.
Yes.
Exactly.
You said you were an eyewitness to that event, is that correct?
Munda ite fongo kete nyala jele.
Be bagle but brintambe da donga body nyinjelen combo be muflank donga body nyinje.
Yes, I was in the convoy, although I was at the back, but when I was passing, I saw the body.
Can you tell us what that scene was like?
Afonye wo ye biriyaje tumo be abenyadi le me accident nyin ala sangaro kete nyadi le.
Oh, was serious because ala nolu intense belly. Oh, it's very serious.
That was very serious. All the intestines were smashed, they were out.
It
was very serious.
So what was done about him by the authorities or by Yaya Jammeh, since it was a presidential convoy?
Sayin nyatun ko nata muneke umari la karola wala Yaya Jammeh fon wairi dun president la convoy le la moto ya takiwonya.
After many happened to Jamana along Kotekeda.
Well, what happened later I never got to know.
And who was the driver involved?
Driver Jumala Moti Mayo Taki.
Late So, it's late now, Sergeant So.
The late Sergeant So.
What about the victim? Would you happen to know his name?
No.
What other accidents can you tell us about?
Is accident the
Busumbala accident.
Other one, the Busumbala accident.
So the same chorna wala vano ning collapsed.
Same chorna collided with a van.
The same Cherno Jalo you mentioned before, the civilian driver.
The civilian driver, yes.
Yes, the civilian driver.
Involved in another accident.
Another accident, yes.
Tell us the circumstances surrounding that accident.
Mantra jani meftala sin min to victim will remove out motor follow le traje.
Well, before I got to the scene, the victims were already evacuated, and I only found the 2 vehicles on the scene.
So this was an instance where you visited the scene of the accident?
Yes, I went there to see the scene.
So what happened to those 2 victims?
No malong after men nata kela.
I don't know what happened to them after.
Therefore,
I did not find anyone at the scene. I only found the vehicles.
And would you happen to know the name of the victims?
Akusai mantoro lata menu baramata je wala kuketela je. Imol fana tolo.
Hani tolo fonye jelle but it was long time
No, they told me their names at the spot there, but it's been a long time and I have forgotten.
And I have also told you that our investigations revealed that there was an accident by the presidential convoy involving 3 siblings from the same family.
Yes.
And
you couldn't tell me whether or not this was the case.
And accident do fana kumufu many alonko dame alonko mo saba many bebota dimbaya kilimu nyinkono ul fana la ko na dia mo futata le jele bidin imanna ko ndimma akonyin ketanyameng.
Nga fa nka mambo kalama feda fo wa inter system ko no fama mambo kalama dal.
I told you I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what year it was, whether it found me in the system or not.
Thank you. And this vehicle that was hit by Cherno Jalo, can you tell us what kind of vehicle it was?
Nyimoto men Cherno Jalo ya takiteng mu fason nemu
passenger van 14-seater.
It was a passenger van, a 14-seater.
So apart from the victims who died, there's a possibility that there were other passengers on board that vehicle.
As misal kama menu fata wala ko kola asikeno modolo moto nyin kono men ya lonko ulmamfa.
Yes. There could be some people who did not die.
But looking at the state of the vehicle, would those people be injured?
Akubari ni accident nyin juba ketanyami moto nyin tinyata nyami. Uto molbe solo jele men ya lonko hanni mamfa bari si barama.
Yes, that would be the case because the accident was serious.
And here again, would you happen to know what happened in the end since you visited the scene?
Jankota ke malon foisa lo mune nata ke akonyin kola wairi fonta to dinkranyin kumbabo. So akola fo mangalo mun kule tamata je.
Hanide manalo men tamata je.
No, I did not know what happened afterwards.
What about to Cherno Jalo? This is the second accident he's being involved in. Did anything happen to him?
Cherno Jalo fango kunodun. Nye mala accident fulan jamti. Fo manalo fo kusike afangla bang wala yala kola nyame.
After the Nata command, I'm going to bus stop like convoy driving. So at the convoy drive like so commander Nata go ahead.
It was after these incidents that I went to the commander and told him that I am going to remove him from the convoy driving. He's no longer going to drive as a convoy driver. And he said to me, okay, carry on.
And he was driving this same bulletproof reserve vehicle, is that correct?
Me ya lon ko bulletproof motor le memory reserve motor ti ulum fana bole bore ndi kamba
ani accident flow be ole babulo.
In these 2 accidents he had that vehicle.
He must have felt quite invincible driving a bulletproof vehicle.
Amunta akatele ko atamu moleti me ya lon ko abe damento kuta keno la miro to waira be motor façon le kono
wala ke dal hanis police statement fanga buga obtain fang or
that was the case. Even a police statement, they never got give a statement to the police.
Any other examples of accidents you witnessed?
For accident do si sotole bang me ya lon ko si bo kalama se men fo nonye.
Last one wala ke dan outright that boy into Nyas.
The last one involved our outrider called Nyas.
So
he was sweeping for the first lady. A vehicle came the other way and they had a collision.
So I jumped a motor commodore, so I waited to draw another father.
He jumped behind the vehicle and when he fell, he died.
You mean he somersaulted?
Somersaulted,
across
he
the
somersaulted over the other vehicle, and when the vehicle landed.
So until I sweep until body so
at that time I was following him, so I stopped, took his body.
The moment the branch on convoy in terminal straight it at all.
So when I took a bend, the convoy passed.
What eventually happened to him?
He died. Father instant.
He died instantly.
And he was working directly under you. Do you know what the authorities did to compensate his family?
Wari otembo atabedu ko kekan itele koto. Foi manna bu kukala manyato ko lu e muneke purkala dimba ya lu bulu masai.
Amantarante ko directly you be outriders le.
He was not under me directly. He was under the outriders.
Yes, part of the state guard.
Which was part of the state guards.
Although state guard le funeral nyimbe accord atara body phone state guard le funeral nyimbe process keda.
Although the state guard took care of the entire funeral process when he was being buried in Ponyi.
And this was the second accident that you witnessed involving members of the convoy.
I don't accident flanja mutita from I mean said convoy or dunda accident
You told us about 4 day.
4 day.
And then now you've told us about this particular individual.
And outriders, more full of the second person, woman tragic, but often other outriders, often any model collapse.
There was another accident involving another outrider. He also collided with a vehicle and he also died instantly.
And who was that?
Jumala Moti.
It's Bamba. I don't know the surname, but it's a Bamba.
His name is Bamba, but I do not know the surname.
Was that whilst you were convoy driver or MTO?
No, that was ladies convoy. I was not there. Lady convoy.
That was the first ladies convoy, and I was not in it.
I know that you're not very good with the dates, but is it possible that you would remember around what time this happened?
Accident
Honey, all can more than even 10 years.
No, those incidences happened a long time, more than 10 years.
And what about Nyasi? What was his first name?
Nyasi Nabang.
I think it's Modu Nyasi.
I think it's Modu Nyasi.
And you've told us that that was the final one, but yes. If I can just remind you of an incident in Kotu. Can you remember the circumstances around that accident?
Yeah, for Kolem Labanti, but we don't have la Kudola Menketan in Kotu, for Hakilos Brano for Naban.
Kotu? No.
No.
Involving one Usainu Jamme?
Usainu Jamme Tata accident in Kono.
So you remember all them animal collapsed, but no, I remember that.
What I remember about Hussein was when he had a collision with another vehicle.
Mantra system but
the others I'm not aware. I wasn't in the system.
There was another accident at Dasilami, can you remember?
Accident over at Dasilami.
Yes, I remember that one.
Please tell us about it.
A delegation or form, definitely part of the delegation, Warambe, Motodole in delegation, then Imamo Letara, Fenge, Yajame, Express la Broda in Futu Storo, Nansu Jame.
At that time, I was given a vehicle and I led it. I was in a delegation when we went to the marriage of Yajame's brother Ansu Jame.
Kauru.
Kauru, you mean?
Kauru, yes, Kauru.
And Ansu, is that short for a particular name?
Ansu, Amunta Yetole Kuntu Nyabang, Ansu Ka Futandi Kafanyadi.
Ansu Jamelam, ala brother.
I think it's Ansumana Jame. I think it's Ansumana Jame, his brother.
So there was a convoy that was created
Munta we motolle parendi menu fanal tata auto.
Among the actual convoy, just motor dantan nam drong plus nimfengele late Malafi.
It was not a convoy, it was just a number of vehicles, and we went with the late Malafi.
So Malafi be sweeping na la motor nyinga te honle be sweeping na kamol sweep dal.
Malafi was the one acting as a sweeper with his vehicle.
Would you have a sweeper without a convoy, Mr. Saidykhan?
For Saidykhan, for nim motol jamal be bulari nyonoma, membe ko nyongo. For ika sweep financial labani bitala uslafa zonkan.
No, sweep te ja te honle ala motor use as sweeper dal.
No, there was no sweeper, but he used his vehicle and acted as a sweeper.
Was that lawful, or was it according to normal procedure?
No.
Okay, please tell us what happened.
So jani beduna dasla medongo o leo kono jetongo ay motoba do sweep jetongo ni mo soden benda do panita o silo bulletin dongo. So dindo be tamakan sila karola dong. So motoba boyta dindo nyankanje.
So before we got to Lamin, there was a big truck which he was sweeping from the highway. So the driver of that truck panicked and he swerved his steering wheel to the side of the road and crushed a little child along
on the
sideways.
Fell on top of the child.
And what VIPs were these vehicles carrying?
Delegation
there were no important personalities except the imam who was going to perform the marital rites.
And this imam needed a sweeper basically to take him all the way.
Honey. No.
But that is in fact what happened.
That is what I said. He suggested that on his own. Nobody asked him to.
And as a result of that, a young child was killed.
In
fact, it took us a long time for us to be able to take the vehicle off that child. It took us a long time.
And did that wedding proceed?
Next compound didn't know about our son data proceed.
So after we did that, in fact the child came from the compound, just the next compound. We went there, we paid our condolences, after which we proceeded to the marriage.
Apart from these condolences, did you come back with anything from the authorities or from Jame?
Fo murunno nata kijele bankata o dinula ulula liya wala la molia purkana ka bulumasai wala kanasa na kontongo kana kudaji.
Hanna kida de mamba kalamada.
Even if it happened, I wasn't aware.
Are these the only accidents that you're able to recall?
There were more than this, but these were the ones I can recall.
Yes, and just to confirm this, I can tell you that our investigations have revealed that there were about 40 or so accidents, and this is just part of the information that we have. We know that there are so many more, but we have recorded about 40 accidents surrounding just the presidential convoy and not even other incidents.
Amunda sekewole nyama barbitun na kisikisiro na kibaru lumenusota ayatandiko. Membitala hanfu accident tanani nyong wolle kata meya lonko atela convoy dunto accident wolle kono ha barbitun ko inshallah ite mennu lo ibota mennu kalama wala nangi nyinin ka wala bari ngin kibaro soto ko atata le accident tanani wala mesisi awti mennu keta
asiwo sila dal because any out in dal most likely any out in dal accident kasodo jel asiwo sila dal.
It could be up to that number because most likely each time he goes out there is always an accident.
Then in fact it would definitely be much more than that because he went out more than 40 times during his time.
Akon andun asekeno fanga isianyi ntanna noti kadu atelamara ro wujeonyi kono ala findo kasi ya bakela wutumo.
Askeno what did that?
It could be.
And apart from those accidents, we've also had reports about road attacks with the convoy. Sometimes a civilian driver or a pedestrian would be seen as obstructing the road, and soldiers would actually come down from the convoy and beat them up seriously. Are you aware of these incidents?
Wokola fana wa accident lukola la kibaro lusoto men keta sila kambo kandiro luti wala mnyindi ko nitali yaje ko konwenyi yaje ko mole soto nta men lafta tarle inyato silo ka wala itali moje ko nyin ila miraro to amari manson jenkela ko itel lafta la nyamin so jarol ka ji kata amari bute ko folu dolu isi ibolu ko botawul kalamale
wal be ga hapunne mbukata je bare ga hapunne to the extent fana hani nabe tambile be la kodda da hodo be siri la kodda do mo wuli lo drong sometimes umpa ko communicate la ka for give him VIP treatment so si teno me la kodda da do ye bute why mo wuli lo dal
those things used to happen even though I was not there. It even got to a situation whereby even when he is passing and you were seated outside of your compound, and simply because you did not stand up to greet him, as he would say it, Umpa would give instructions to the soldiers to come down and give you a VIP treatment.
That was greeting who? Was it Umpa or the ex-president Yaya Jammeh?
Jumala mwoti men kawo kamodi Umpa le kawo kamodi afaya bang faya Jammeh kabulal.
Bekata moto kono jelde umpa de waka fole give him VIP treatment do na fo automatically ya Jammeh kamo ile kan because bekata moto kono jelde.
Well, both of them used to be inside the vehicle, and if Umpa says give him VIP treatment automatically, since the two of them are there, you would assume it's from Yaya Jammeh.
Oda kabate la last moto nyindo so last moto communicate ko I stop so why me mo wuli lo be sirin so
the order used to come from him and it would relate to the last vehicle, and then they would stop and ask you why you did not stand up to compliment the president when he was passing on the convoy.
And what did the VIP treatment mean? Just help us to understand, as a civilian, we keep on hearing all these fancy terms like 5-star hotel, which is usually associated with enjoyment and luxury, VIP treatment, and then usually it would be the opposite of that. That would be given to people. So, I mean, within the army, can you just help us to understand these terms and how you understood it?
Saying, amunta eka nyinkumulu fule ko mansali mulumulo. Katu niajube nkanyimwe kako akafoko 5-star hotel. Wo niajube tonya la karola. Wakaka hotel oldi menkata hotel 4 linulti sembeman ni nidia kulu kakedaming. Anim fanan VIP treatment niya mo isamira kuku 4 linulem. Barbitu jama akatake wo kuola karadoleti. Me yalonko anin wo kulu folu jam fata nyola bake. Fo isi fenfono nyene woltu kumfasa woltu.
VIP training wala mne dite no makany ke tocho kan dol be kitla o be fadim fanna be lepal na dal kawokela wala kawolkela dal.
VIP treatment is that when they hold you, some are hitting you, some are kicking you. That's the kind of treatment they refer to as VIP treatment.
Thank you for explaining that. Apart from those tortures that were given, we've also heard instances where people were actually shot as well for obstructing the highway. Do you know about that?
Inimbara yoto bensene andionya. Baringa nyimfana mwele ko. Molu dolu sotantale menu fanglu bunki dola meni alon ko ete lamira roto amunta ya jela ko ulum pare silo bulala wallahi manjenke fo esi fanglu fanalu mwele bang.
Witness yes, I used to hear, but I never witnessed any of the incidents.
And where did you hear that from? Was it from reliable information?
Sila ngolu moy melula ku soto ngol lembang fo men ya fo wala ya moy men la mo sila no kumol la lebang.
Ha sometimes na drive men katara kombo kono sometimes ninna ro ka fanyele.
Yes, sometimes my drivers who were in the convoy, when they returned, they used to tell me.
You can't tell us the specific instances of this.
Fo ikata silo lu melula fo hakilo mo lu muta mo safo wa bundiro lu kata watul ben.
Ado kata nyi silo kande Karaba Avenue kata traffic light tal.
One happened on the stretch of road, the Karaba Avenue, from the traffic light was
driver do fanyala ko
Westfield.
Moto do mo woni soddi jela dal.
One of the drivers told me that they gave a warning shot there.
I don't.
Whether they shot an individual or they did whatever to the person, I am not aware.
And you have told us that even though the convoy had a commander who would normally be in command of the convoy, however, Yaya Jammeh actually directed the speed of the convoy and everything that happened around the convoy.
Amonta enyim foko halna tara convoy ni commander katara jele memu kulu nyaton koti baro nyonyandi Yaya Jammeh atila katara marari mboro la sembola speed la munta ka kumul foene nyanta kala nyamin fo abalari
yes, that was the way things were.
And who would you attribute responsibility to in terms of the deaths that happened around the accidents with the convoy, the civilians, military personnel, plain clothes, and other incidents that happened?
Woto Musa fono nimmenu fata wokulu kono animene mantora jawulu takije mo si jumale chodi ka foko nyine ya sabu hani fo nyinni kata kabrin civilian la karola kata sojaro la karola kata plain clothes men ya lon ko buka uniform dungo la karola mo nyanta jumale chodi la ka fo nyine nyin sabu
What no for jana ya jamene because none after convoy one incident get two incidents get so none after was stop like was it stop no can 40
I said it here from the onset. It's Yaya Jammeh because after the first or second incident, if he had wanted it to stop, he would have made it clear and it would have stopped forthwith.
But nothing happened. Instead, things just went on as normal.
But kokundi manake will continue to wale nyama odrong.
Yes.
How long did you remain as MTO?
Ite wati jelle ke katuo MTO palaso to tumo.
Almost 7 to 8 years now served towards 9.
I served there between 7 to 9 years.
And what happened after that?
After I was dismissed.
After I was dismissed?
When were you dismissed?
2012.
2012.
Were you given any reasons for your dismissal?
No. Honey?
No.
So what your seniors had feared and that's why they rejected the job is what eventually happened to you.
Palaso nyin nanu silata numpurka o palaso ta ite ata kola munda wala nata kete fanfanala.
Hi, borta menaje wala nata keda.
Yes, what they were running away from was what caught up with me.
And you have now told us that you are MTO and you have all of your 3 stars on your shoulders as we can see. Can you tell us how that happened if you had been dismissed in 2011?
Saying afonye ngulube keta watu mebije foina te bay saying silang afalante inata muruna wo palaso to ila lolo sabobe da bakunku kan silang nata ke nyaadi le foye murunde wo palaso
abrin ñu rejim nara don wato le wol nata be instead.
With the coming of the new government, I was reinstated.
Can you just tell us briefly under what circumstances you were reinstated?
Saying afonye munimu kule ya sababu hanifo yete kalamuta fo inata itemuta ke murundi wo palaso.
Okay, in past kono ex-sojarol membe President Baloyanu.
During the impasse, the ex-soldiers who were with President Barrow,
so until Lebenunje, I was the senior officer there.
I was one of the senior officers who were there.
We were protecting
him until he traveled to Senegal and back.
So we ran another list of providers. So
So when he returned, he asked that a list be provided, and our names were taken, and we were reinstated.
And you, my apologies, continue.
We were many.
So another screening, many put dismissed lawfully, and maybe drugs affairs or other matters level fenkeje. So another investigation okay, nantara dismissed lawfully dal. So you will murun. Many other comment dal. So we
were many, so they had to do a screening process, such that those who were dismissed unlawfully, we are reinstated. But those that were dismissed lawfully, who, for instance, were involved in drug issues or others, we are not reinstated.
And it was around those circumstances that you were reinstated back to MTO.
Very much nana tata fajara from fajara na moved to State House, so in other plaza.
Yes, when I was reinstated, I went with him to Fajara. From there, we moved to the State House.
Just kindly tell us, during those times that you provided these bodyguard services to the new president, how precarious was your position then?
Afanye watu men albe president nyin kandaka mutumu wairi utumu kulu be lari nyamin amunta alba kandaka ndron purka tankandi so ila palaso ni wotembeda abe lorin yadi la be pala abe tembeda jumalto
Bejula has a security then another pick up kuto dodin until kala motor belt.
We gave him security and then he gave us a pickup and so we used to belt his vehicle.
So now we move down and nakata and katara 24 hours ala korda je.
And wherever he went, we were with him and we were stationed at his house 24 hours.
Were you armed?
Ako fo jorawul bale bolle no to mo bang men
Well, at the time all we had was were stones. That's what we used to protect ourselves.
Was definitely senior fula in other numbers purukang are so konoje ko order sort of from state house.
Because myself personally, they came for me twice to arrest me, that they got orders from the State House.
And who came to arrest you?
Soldier.
Were your activities being monitored?
Very, very well.
These so-called junglers, you can patrol na jema fon like a checkpoint na jema fon la.
These so-called junglers used to come around and mount checkpoints close to the house.
Time on the live diaries.
Close to which house?
AU Villa, President Bedamendo.
The AU Villa, where the president was staying.
So how risky was your job at that point?
A recital can ngajale dal monkey victim to don't but my lama because what can kokosi happen non later.
It was risky. In fact, we are lucky not to have been victimized. Anything could have happened.
Thank you very much, Mr. Witness. We've come to the end of your testimony. Mr. Chairman, I hand over the witness to you.
Numbara bake sedo mfutatela sede yaro dandulato le sayin ayela kodi komisyon la siranti ba fangolela wala mchamanoti.
Thank you very much, Emma Council, and thank you, Mr. Saidykhan, for your testimony.
Ako numbara bake council, numbara bake fana Mr. Saidykhan ila sede yaro kan.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
So you're all not ingini wati menwatera iwe balandine bamfo mankano le bebulu bamfo.
At that time, the soldiers came to look for you. Did you have any protective amulets or jujus?
Kallo kile dali kante watu mbe based express dani hadi watu mbe based watu so bili nata sinyafule nata inform na surrounding village anina badi mole mbe anina family nata inform ko nga stage nan kana na so kono ko so some of my belongings are based on Banyananje, so instead of permanent.
Yes, at that time I was just like that because on 2 occasions soldiers used to come to my place to come and arrest me. But luckily my people informed me, they gave me information about these arrests. And in fact later on they told me not to come to the home. They brought all my belongings to me where I was staying with the president so that I will not have I will not be able to go back to my home. That's where they come to try to arrest me. So I stayed with the president.
But
the disappearing abilities that the people of Sankuya usually are known for, you are not able to do that.
Well, if it happens and it becomes hot, I will disappear.
Fine, thank you very much indeed, Emma. Council, the 40 accidents involving presidential convoys, do we know the number of people that were killed in those 40 accidents, or we don't know that yet?
Yes, we do know the number. That is something that we would have to compute, but there were about 40 or so, if not more, deaths that occurred.
Yeah, man, council meeting kamen accident tan sabo men keta wala accident tan nano men keta ten wala men si siawoti kamen yin ka wala fo mo nanga mo men fata kono fo a lon taliban council ya jabi wala ko ha nga lon ne barbitun hanim bimbe continue la ka yirga province al nanga mo timari ngolo.
In fact, there were some accidents that involved multiple victims, so that is something that we would have to sit down and calculate, but the actual number of accidents were about, it's an approximate number. because it's much more. But this is just the information that we could collate at the moment.
Council men foten wolem accident lu asekele fangment siata utanna no bari accident do fonal kake amanka akada mo killing ron ne la men ya lon ko ka fa kono bari mbe sila le na okulu be kesemeti nga be bo nyoto ka jaba kese wodo han fo nga long yirko me ya lon ko la keta mo nanga moti menu tataw accident lu kono menu bonote nyoto tumandolu ninga oke mba nanga mo be lon nale.
It will be helpful indeed if we can have that for the record at some point, Council.
We will definitely do so, Chairman.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, if you have any questions, Imam Diallo, you have the floor, please.
Imam Diallo, wala lafte nyini nkala sai, Mr. Saidykhan.
Witness, Kosedo, I am very curious to know how you organized yourself.
Kunyiketanye kumpoti, ay kumpa. Lafta lonna ite ye fanna kulu tamandinu nyameng
get to Barrow's residence and serve as voluntary guards for him to protect him.
Tata hanfo barola dinkirato alnata alifambo alibo alifanto puru nyin kamala alisate kanta ayitanka.
Were you recruited or did you go on your own to become one of the voluntary guards?
Yali kumandile pura ili taje bamfodun atel fongole ni mira alifayeng aliyebo aliyali fambo puru kataje kata kantarolaya.
The reason why I'm asking this question, because that is what has saved this revolution. Otherwise, if these people had access to Barrow, this nation would have been doomed. Whatever way or however way you found yourself there to serve and protect Barrow, is very highly commendable. But I'm still curious to know how you organized yourself and got to that situation. Thank you.
Anyway, no friend dole beje wala fam the first man ming appear again no friend dole kola konyeko then the itomo ex-service man olti.
One of my friends was there. He called me and said to me, since you are an ex-serviceman,
so mbela fil altol sifa lela jam because ning coalition securities almo civilian olete they are civilians.
We would like your type here because the coalition security people are civilians.
So okay, nada birin nada in some force lady.
I said to him, I will come. So when I went there, he took me to the first lady.
First lady nada wado hechita office. So first lady nada comment akonyen laftal mosifa lelajan definitely alimma ko dal because I told experience role.
At that time, Hechi had gone to the office, but the first lady said to me, we are in search of your type because
we want the type of security we want here. You people have experience, so you are the type of people we need here.
So nada taraje nte birim findi now some of my colleagues nge inform what if it's like a month to now dal so a month on Canada.
So when I came out, I informed some of my colleagues, but they were afraid, and so they would not come.
So nada knew some Senegalese security new Senegalese.
So we were there with some Senegalese security officers.
So another try for one AK-47 sort of so
we tried until we were able to lay our hands on one AK-47.
So ujeo nyama suto we kabero la silo kampuru assessment kadala so kono ngabere balaje ngakoba nyinta suto so automatically ni nata dong ite tambino la berola.
So in the night, we will put stones on the access road leading to his house, and then we will take cover, so that when you came, you will not be able to easily pass.
So Lamin na balanda kate jira olong another kodo nandara malsoro nga fangolo sanjin nim fangol na reso konoje.
So the day that the former president announced that he was not stepping down, he gave us money, and we went to the market and we bought cutlasses, which we took back.
So nga si ime huda risk dal coming nga risk reta don ko nga traje don nga save don but it was very risky dal.
Just as you said, we took this risk upon ourselves to safeguard him, but so, it was very, very risky.
The day lumena ka quick kata Senegal malong with ning convoy kata ning Ellen Johnson ngamra leo exam mo ileno exam meng hapon da lumena kata fly nung kata no.
And the day that he was going to Senegal, I think you heard about the accident that happened on the way.
So ulunni laftan ning ala combo ning Ellen Johnson na combo separate la puru komen ka eben dangerous komen kila da puru sa ke no la bot ntol man na son bi nga yo informo la drone telephone la pick up o dunda accident ko nte bati no ma san separate la puru Ellen Johnson eta don atela combo to koma don den yeng attack bot
President Barrow was going with President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and so this plan was made so that they would separate Ellen Johnson Sirleaf from Barrow. But we got that information, and so we refused to allow that to happen. So it was my vehicle itself which got into the accident.
So dot or bilatara don over one given the phone you can son not hide that.
So when he went, they were looking for me for almost a week, and I hid.
Thank you very much. There are no further questions. Bishop, you have the floor, please.
Bishop Odiko, wale lafte nyininkala.
Thank you, Chairman.
Ako numbara Chairman.
Mr. Lamin Saidykhan.
Go, Mr. Lamin Saidykhan.
Did I hear you well that you said you had 100 drivers?
Ako akfaye muy kule bang iko tembo alla drive for yirko tatale fo mo keme.
Both civilian and military drivers and the permanent security drivers and the other drivers within State House.
How many vehicles did you have at the time?
Watembo motojelle ba la Morocco.
No, I don't know the number of vehicles under our control. There were many.
The stampede that you mentioned on one occasion, where was it?
Yenyi senjolo memfote molu senta nyola men neketa. Wo senjolo keta min tole nu.
Toko no le ma mbiskito lo fa ngama muskeba la mama sembo so bira boita do mollo ta kanje.
I think he threw biscuits, and the victim was an elderly woman who was not very strong. I think when she reached out for the biscuit, the crowd stamped on her. But I cannot recall the exact place.
The white man that died. Do you know of what nationality he was?
No, I do not know.
Then the accident that took place by Denton Bridge, where the driver pulled off the road, and he was arranging, his things well, and then the convoy left the road and come and hit him until the man died. What was the reaction of the president at the time for such a thing to happen?
Accident menkata Saro, Denton Bridge. Dame ya lonko, eko pick up kiwe silo bula daming alotas la Carola. Anata abala duno parendi kam motonyin kono puruka city. Convoy motonyin nata silo bula katara usila jenjong kang ayanin ala moton naki. Nyola fata je. So biro be keta wokola. So president nyin ala miro ala keku ala kebara nata mun kule tamandi woto.
Hani malonga nata men tamandi jene.
No, I do not know what he did to that effect.
Thank you very much. Mr. Saidykhan, if you have any concluding remarks to make, please proceed to do so now.
Say, Mr. Saidykhan, will paretale. Natara misal kama itifana ye kumasoto ilafta memfala banko muli. Say mbetele la moikan.
They can any words that I may
As for me, I don't think I have anything to say.
Chairman, can I interrupt at this stage?
Yo, council ko ay chairman dani puro ngalong alafta fenne fola.
I was going to say perhaps he could talk about the impact. If he doesn't have any concluding remarks, we could use that time up that way.
Ako misal kama wairi ko imam kuma soto dali ite lafta memfola. bari ñin ko men be ketete la men kete ñala yemen lo yelo lo men soto akoto ay mun sababu itela ila moyato foisi fem fono to le ba
Mala statement understand mum moya
lam ñindi ko ñin ko men be keta ye ko men be cda fokata bula wato men ite botaw do ko la ila o jeroto fo ay mun kule sabu itema ila miroto ila sondo mo miroto kato hadama de wala moyti ko lu menu tamata e ku ko le jamal leje itela miroto yow lije nyaadile
Can I have the interpretation so that I can properly guide the witness? Thank you.
You said the impact that it has on him. Yes, that's what I'm explaining to him. Initially he said he didn't understand. Then I explained to him what impact means, what impact this thing has on him, the things that he witnessed and saw during the time of his service.
All right, thank you. And just to guide him further, apart from that, also the impact of your dismissal, and you said that you had also been detained at Fajara Barracks at some point, and some of the things that you saw, some of the accidents you witnessed, the graphic nature of them, all of these things, basically, how did they affect you and maybe members of your family?
Min kol min na efoten wato men ye muta ke soron Fajara Barracks anin inate bay nyamin do koto anin fanan ku kotanglu men ye takidali la nyin kol kono wo men sabu itak fanga kuma walla ila dimbayalu aka wala nyinin katen fo o mam mira dum di sondo moto man ku sabu no bang
ngokole yakuro soro le bakale.
Yes, I had some difficulties.
I was being dismissed almost 5 years or so in that.
Because while I was dismissed, I was sitting for almost 5 years.
So I had some difficulties
So I had some difficulties, really. But God assisted me, and now everything is all right.
Secondly, still now, the unit head can State House.
And still now, I am heading a unit at the State House.
And
I used to advise them that we should desist from repeating the things that we have been into before.
Because driver individual in normal service
and even before, I used to give them the same advice, because there is no one driver who will just get out there purposefully to cause an accident.
All these accidents
and all these accidents were as a result of the convoy.
But
for now, all of those are now history.
Because the president
that we now have does not involve himself with matters of the convoy. So this is what I have to say.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Saidykhan, and we thank you enormously for coming to testify before the Commission.
Numbara bake Mr. Saidykhan, chairman la kumakon katawaleti, ako numbara prison takana CDR la commission nyati linga.
We'll take a lunch break 1 hour and then resume at 2:35.
Mbita control dahala sai.
Thank you. Meeting is adjourned.
Experience is about to be transformed to the next level. Enjoy amazing features with the new DTT decoder by XCAF. Watch television in high definition and excellent sound quality. Watch Gambian channels such as GRTS, QTV, Star TV, Paradise TV and MTA with one decoder, all for free. That's not all. For a monthly subscription of $510, you get 60 international channels from your favorite football leagues, news, African movies, telenovelas, cartoons and much more. Get the decoder for $2,040, which comes with free installation, 24/7 customer and technical support all year round, and 1 month free subscription for only $510 thereafter. Get the decoder at XCAF Gambia, located at Hendon Court Building, former Dream Park, Senegambia, or through approved dealers. For more info, call 446-1060 or 446-1061. The world is at your fingertips with the XCAF DT